We are recording. So, hi guys, happy Tuesday. I'm gonna do like a quick recap from our Super Saturday that we had. I guess mine was like a Super Sunday. But I was able to bring my roommate, which is crazy. Like I'm going to convert her as a coach. She comes to every event with me and like takes photos, and I'm like, you're just like my little sidekick. But um, I'm just gonna recap that really quickly and then go through like literally what I do every single day with times because my days look the exact same because I'm someone of habit. Like humans are a creature of habit, and we're gonna do the exact same shit every single day. So I just wrote it out. Like it's not hard, it's not complicated, but like make sure you take notes on that. So we have a few different announcements. So I don't know if you guys have heard of Shift Shop, but it is the program that launched on Monday by Chris Downing, and it's hard. Megan, is it hard? Yeah. It's pretty much like CrossFit almost in a way where it's like you go for a certain amount of time and you have to try and get as many reps or rounds in a certain amount of time. I'm trying it on Saturday because I literally have never completed the full workout because it's hard as heck. Um, but that just got announced. And so if you order a challenge pack or a completion pack with Shift Shop until November 7th, you get into his free test group. It's not just a coach test group. It's like, I don't know, like anyone that's a coach or a not coach can be in that test group. And he like comes in live in there. It's like a Facebook group for just those people. And then Transferred 20. So they finally kind of started to tell us a little bit more what this is. But this is Shaun T's like new program. And Shaun T is like, I don't know, if you ask anyone that knows fitness, everyone in the world knows who Shaun T is because he created Insanity and everyone knows what Insanity is. Even if they don't even know what Beachbody is, no one knows that Insanity is related to Beachbody, but it is. So he created this new program and everyone thought he was done. But this program is like weird because it uses a step, which like when you think of a step, you think of like your grandma's like step aerobic class, and it's like not like that at all. Like they show like a sneak peek, and I think this is gonna be one of the hardest things ever. And like they're gonna have a modifier which doesn't use the step. And they show you like different ways you can use a step if you don't want to buy a step, or you can buy the Beachbody step, whatever. But it's a 6-week program, and the workouts are only 20 minutes, which like when the people that are in the test group right now post photos, they look like they just did an hour workout. Like that's how hard it is. So it's going to be insane. And he's just someone that's so focused on mindset, which I think a lot of people on our team are like, we need to start diving into more mindset training and stuff, and personal development. But he's so about being present in the moment, being present in your workout, but having a healthy balance. So you're not just like workout. Like you have your other things going on in life, but you have a healthy, balanced lifestyle. And then they're also incorporating a dry erase poster in this challenge pack. So it's like you can like erase your times and like, I don't really know, but it sounds pretty cool. I was like, that's interesting because like for lift 4, like I have my like tracking sheet that's just like paper, and so I just print out a new one. But they're gonna have like a dry erase one. And so then there's like 6 weeks. So like the first 2 weeks is like committing to the program. Like it's tough. A lot of people will fall off in the first 2 weeks of any program in general. And then weeks 3 and 4 is a climbing phase. So it's like you're getting to that part where it's getting harder and like it hasn't dropped off. And then the weeks 5 and 6 are his conquering phase, where you're just gonna conquer your mindset, conquer your workouts, and like these people's transformations are insane. And they get a show I'm on, I think November 5th, I think is when they get to post how like the test group was and share more information, which I'm super excited about. And then it's designed for multiple rounds, which I'm excited for. So they released that early access is on January 14th, and it'll start going on sale in December. So that's something definitely to look out for because that's what we're preparing for right now. So like right now we're in 2018, and this is the huge launch coming in January. So we're preparing for 2019 at the end of October of 2018 because whatever you do now is going to change your business in January. And like I learned that the hard way because I started in October. I thought I was a coach, but I literally did not do one thing. I never invited. I never followed anyone. I was like waiting for people to come ask me questions, and it doesn't really work that way. And like it took me so long to even get my mom involved, which blows my mind. But my business didn't start, and I started in October, and I didn't sell one challenge pack until the last week of December and then going into January. That was when I made my first paycheck. So don't get overwhelmed that you're not selling shit like right off the bat in the first week, first month. you definitely want to be pushing for Success Club, but in the first month of your business, but like don't get overwhelmed with trying to do that in the first week. Like stick to a workout plan and focus on yourself. So then in December, they're coming out with Energize stick packets. So it'll be still the 30 servings that they come in the tub, but you can just like put them in your water bottle, which is super convenient. And then in February is when the new launch of the new flavor of Energize comes out. I'm super excited. It's fruit punch if you haven't heard that, but it's going to be killer. And then in March, they're coming out with another nutrition program, which is Portion Fix. If you guys have heard of 2B Mindset, it's like the water first, veggies most. But Portion Fix is based off those portion control containers that we got in all of our challenge packs. I think almost everyone got them. But that's like Autumn's nutrition program. So she's going to run like a whole training on that so you can be certified in Portion Fix, which is kind of cool to put on like your resume that you're certified in like a nutrition program if you're in the same field as like exercise science or anything like that. It's gonna be like 30 videos. And then in April, they're recreating 21 Day Fix, and they're gonna do it live stream. So if you've ever done any of the 80-day obsession workouts or Lift 4, how it's like live and they're kind of talking instead of just like strict, this is what's going on. That's what it's going to be like, which is exciting because that was filmed like 5 years ago and it's so out of date, and I literally can't listen to Autumn in that video. It kills me. And then this is crazy. They're launching a new country. Like they're launching Beachbody in a new country come 2019. Like that's huge. And people are saying it's either going to be like South America. Wait, that's not a country. That's a continent. Okay, it was somewhere in South America. Oh my God. And then the other, okay, but this is really stupid of me. Someone said Australia too, but that, God. I'm moving on. Anyways, there's a new country that they're launching in because they're already in the UK and we're in Canada. Okay, never mind. Okay. And then there's a new program coming out too that they haven't announced yet. It's like they put out a calendar. Everyone's just laughing at me because I'm a dumbass now. And then, so there's a new program they haven't said anything else about besides Transform 20. And then they're having a vegan performance line come out, which is super awesome because right now, like no one that has vegan or dairy free can drink or recover, which is a problem, obviously. So like, cause that has the whey in it. Like we have the vegan Shakeology, but not for performance line. And then, okay, this is what I really wanted to touch on. So it's kind of crazy. But when I started, I had no idea what Summit was. And I bet a lot of you guys don't either. And Summit is our huge event in Indianapolis in July. And I know it sounds like a lot, but like this is the cheapest the ticket's going to be. Like listen up, like $145, and it's for a 3-day event. And Rachel Hollis, if you guys haven't heard who that is, she created the book, Girl Wash Your Face. She's one of the big keynote speakers there. And like, yeah, exactly. Like she is talking, and her conferences alone are $120 to go attend. And the whole ticket for 3 days of listening to all the top coaches in the business is $145. But that sale only goes from, I think it started on Monday and it goes till the 31st. So like we have to take advantage of that. And like, this is going to be my first time going, but like when I found out what Summit was, it was like in February of last year. The ticket was $195. I had nowhere to stay. I had to try to figure out a flight. So I was like, there's no way I can drop $600 on an event like this. But if like you think about it now in October, it's $145 for a ticket, and then we can all like share a hotel room or like share an Airbnb, and then you just have to pay for your flight. And if you space it over 9 months, it's really not as bad as when I was like gonna get hit with $600 in a month. I was like, there's no way I can do this. But everyone that goes to Summit is like, my business blew up. And like people go to Summit and they come back and like the next year they're an elite coach, which is like they're making $3,000 a week. So it's something that's super important. If you guys have any questions, I would love to talk to you about it because I really want at least like 2 or 3 of you guys to go with me so I don't have to go alone, because I'll be with Morgan, but like I'd rather stay with you guys and like have a team. Like it just would look so good with our team too, is like have team photos and like be able to invite to that and like look at all that we have. And also I know it's like close to the end of October, but if you do end up hitting Success Club in October, November, and December, you get $200 to spend at Summit. So I know, Shelby, you're at Success Club too, so you'd have 2 more people, but that's only helping 3 more people this month in total to get that like $200, and you do it. And so basically you would be making $600 by the end of the year if you were to help 3 people each month. And that's something, I don't know, I'm not going to touch on that. Skip. Okay, so we're talking about, did I say 600 or 300? 300, 600? 600? Okay, I meant to say 300. But so if you help 6 people, say you help 6 people, by the end of the year, you're going to be getting $300. And you think about like Christmas coming up, things like that, that pays for over your summit ticket. And then most of you guys do have other jobs too. So like this is just a side hustle for now, but come like, I don't know if you guys saw my post today, but like I've been wanting to tell you guys, but I literally was crying earlier. I got invited to our Success Club trip, and it's all expense paid trip to the Caribbean, and Bahamas. I'm like literally losing it, but I was crying because I didn't think it was real. Like when I thought about it, I was like, only the top coaches go, because they rent out a whole cruise ship for 5,000 Beachbody coaches, and I got invited off the list, and I was like number 5,600, and I got invited today, and I like literally was bawling, and I didn't know that like the whole year I was earning trip dollars for this trip, so like the whole trip was paid for. I just had to pay a $300 deposit, and I get to bring Nick, and I literally was just crying. But it's like this moment is like kind of like realizing that this actually works. Like before I was like, okay, like I'm helping people. I like got you guys on my team. Like we're totally working towards these goals. But like I didn't really realize that there was like this end result. Like, yeah, I get like a paycheck each week, but like, I don't know. Like, so this is the first time where I'm like, wow, this is actually something that we can all do. And it did it in less than a year, guys. Like, I didn't start hitting Success Club until January, and it's October, and I got invited to this event. So it's like these points were accumulated from 2017, but since I didn't earn anything in 2017, it started taking into my 2018, and since we've helped so many people in 2018, that's how I was able to earn this trip. So it's like doable. Like, what the heck? Like, I literally go to college, and I was able to earn this trip. I don't know. I'm going to skip over this part for now because I don't think it really helps. And I'd rather get into like how we can actually do what we need to do. So, okay, I wanted to talk some goals. So if you guys have paper or something to like jot something down really quickly, but write down like 5 goals you wish to achieve in your life, like your entire life. If you had like whatever you could wish for, write down 5 goals that you would like dream of having, like homes, somewhere to like, I don't know, like be able to pay for your kids' college, anything. Just think of like 5 things. Just jot them down really quickly. And I'm someone that's so goal oriented. Like I have my goals. Literally, I have a thing that says Beachbody goals, and on there is like all my goals that I wish to achieve with just Beachbody. And like I need to start doing my vision board. Like that's something I want to work on, is my vision board of what I can like, what I want to accomplish in the next couple of years. But okay, so looking at these goals that you wrote down, like what is something that you like need to have to be able to achieve these? Is it money? Is it freedom? Is it time, like more time in your day? All these things are something that you can accomplish with what we have to offer. That's the cool thing, is that like the more you hustle, the more money you're going to get. And then say you can like drop one of your other jobs so you can work when you want to, which would give you more freedom. And then you'll have more time in your day. Like it all just starts trickling and you're like, wait, what? Like it all starts to come together. And I heard this and I was like, wow, that's actually so impactful. So one of these top coaches I've been listening to, she's like top 10 within 2 years. She was told by someone, like her upline coach, so if you were guaranteed $1 million at the end of February, if you helped 50 people, what would you do? Would you hustle your ass off if you were guaranteed $1 million, $1 million by February if you helped 50 people? Would you do it? Would you be like, I'm going to do whatever I can to get that $1 million? Because what $1 million could do for you is like insane. It probably could get you what all your dreams and goals were that you guys had just written down. So we kind of have to have that mindset shift where it's like, okay, if I'm actually doing those things to get to that goal, where could I be in 3 months? And with all those things that I was announcing that is coming out in 2019, it's just like, you know? Like it's not like Beachbody, like we just hit 20 years and we're falling off the bandwagon. We're still the #1 fitness company in the world. And we have so many things coming out, like we're just never ending, which is so awesome that they're like that. So I'm just going to go over my breakdown. So write this kind of down so you have like a guideline. You guys are always more than welcome. I do power hours Monday through Wednesday at 6 a.m. If you guys ever want to jump on, let me know. But I wake up at 5:30 a.m. And the first 30 minutes of my morning, I spend by myself focusing just based on my business. So I wake up and I don't even turn the lights on at this point. I'm laying in bed, dark, and wrapped in my blanket, and I open my Captivate app and I follow 100 people. If you don't know what Captivate is, I'm sure you don't know, Grace, but I have another video on it and we can talk about it in our Getting Started Right call and stuff that we'll have like our one-on-one call. But basically it's an app that's super easy to follow people. And I was telling Megan too, because she has an Android, they don't have the app on there, but basically all you have to do is like, say you write down 50 numbers, like I follow 100 because I want to grow my business. So if you want to grow your business, follow 100. But maybe you do half of that. Maybe you do 50 because that's what you want to like start out at. And I totally get that. So write on a piece of binder paper, write like 1 through 50 on a piece of paper and just cross off as you go. At the end of this call, when I post it, I'm going to put literally what I say to each scenario in there so you guys can save those to your Instagram. I don't know if you guys have seen quick messages, but like that's how I send out mass invites. I will send the same message to everyone when I do quick invites, and then once people start replying is when I start making it personable and I'm trying to like relate to those people and like feel how they're feeling. But the first invite is usually something that's like super simple. I can send out mass messages. So the first thing I do is follow my 100 people, and then I will reply to messages that I have from the night before. And then at 6 a.m., I do a Zoom call with whoever wants to be on there from you guys, and then my upline, Melissa, if you guys have heard of her, but she's like our upline star diamond coach, and she is one of the biggest mentors for me. She's been in this business for 5+ years, and she's an elite coach, and she literally some of the mornings it's just me and her. And it could be me, her, and you guys, you know, like if you guys want to show up and be on that call, you guys are more than welcome to. She's super easy. Like she's from like Lake County, California. I just realized that Ashley wouldn't know where that was. And then I next will do my invite. So depending on like what my call to action post was from the day before, I usually switch off between coaching and boot camp. But my story last night was all about coaching and like why you should be a part of this team. So I'll go back and literally look at who watched my stories. And I've been having about like 300 people watch my stories. So that's an easy 50 invites. And sometimes like now I'm starting to see overlap of who's watching my stories, obviously. But I will just mass message those people. And I'll put that into that message I was saying once I post the video, like what I actually say. I don't know, I can read it, but it's easier just to tell you guys later because I'm trying to save time. Okay, I'll show you. So for boot camp, it's super simple. Hey, not sure if you would ever be interested in joining one of my boot camps or learning about what that means. Because a lot of people, when you say boot camp, are like, people have asked me like, well, I don't live in Monmouth. I'm like, no, it's it's virtual. Like, I don't explain that. So it makes them ask me questions. And people are like, explain to me what a boot camp is. And so like, then I'll go into my next message and I'm like, so this is my message when they're like, what is that? Can you explain more? I'll be like, the group's starting October 22nd, which is like, this is obviously, you can edit these too, which is cool. But this group starting October 22nd is an 8-week program, 4 days a week with 30 to 40-minute workouts. You get 1 cheat meal a week and a nutrition guide. The workouts are a mix of lifting, HIIT, cardio, and core. And the trainer is super cute, which is an added plus. I always put that on there because I think Joel is the hottest person ever. And those are just like, and then people are like, oh, that's awesome. Like, that sounds exactly what I want. That'll help me be toning. And then they ask how much it is. And don't be worried when you tell someone the price and they're like, don't reply to you. It happens to me literally all the time. And I'll wait like a day or two and be like, hey, was like the price a reason why you didn't like reply to me? Or is like the price and like something that's stressing you out? Something like that. And most of the time they'll be like, yeah, it just seems really high right now. And what I'll tell them is I'll relate and be like, hey, I thought that too, and it took me a month of like not eating out and living a simpler life, and I was able to purchase my challenge pack the month after. So try and relate to them in some way, like, because I think all of you guys on here have been like, oh my God, it's kind of pricey. Like when you first see the initial price, you're like, I don't know if I can do that, especially college age kids. Like that's always tough. But like my message for cost is like, I break it down. So I say, so there's one-time cost of $160, but this is what it's included. So for the entire year of workouts and every program I run from October 2018 until October 2019, you get first priority into each group, plus the first supply of your superfood shake, and then I put the price in parentheses, plus portion control containers, meal plans, guides, recipes, one-on-one support with me and all my accountability groups. The price is nothing when it's broken down over a year span. It's just a one-time cost. And that's just like a simple way to break it down. And people start asking you questions, or if they ghost you, then you follow up with them. And the fortune is in the follow-up. We say this all the time because it sometimes takes you 3 to 4 times to invite someone. And I can like say that because I've literally been working with Shelby since November. Like she was one of the first people that ever reached out to me or like joined my like 7-day clean week thing. And then when did you sign as a coach? In August? Like, you know, like we started like talking for that long. So it doesn't usually start like the first time doesn't always mean you're going to sign that person the first day. And like even with Grace, like I feel like I had to convince you for a while too, you know, like it takes time. And that's why I say like we are setting ourselves up for 2019 right now. And that's where like the 3-month, like you got to be setting yourself up with those invites. Okay. So I do my invite to boot camp or invite to coaching based on my stories. And then before I work out, I will post my first post. And if you guys see my like algorithm kind of thing, like I always post in the morning, I'll post my quote of the day or like something inspirational because it's like kind of mindless. Like I don't have to think too much hard into this like long post. I'll just post that. Then I'll start drinking my Energize and I'll show like me drinking my Energize. So like all my friends give me shit. They're like, oh my God, what are you drinking? Unicorn crack? Because I always call it that. But like everyone remembers what it is. When I say unicorn crack, everyone knows what I'm talking about, even though it's called Energize, you know, like making something silly up for it is kind of, I don't know, it kind of makes people remember what you're talking about. So I always post that. And then I start my workout at 7 a.m. And so I show my workout. I usually pick like 3 to 4 moves based on that day. So I'll be like back and by. So I'll do 2 back moves or a back by core and hip move or something, whatever it is. So I usually pick 3 to 4 moves. Don't show the entire workout. And then my workout's over at 7:40 at the latest because our workouts are pretty short with lift 4. And then usually I'll take like a self timer. So like I always recommend getting a tripod. I know it looks stupid, but this thing's life-saving. Because otherwise you have like ugly ass angles and it's so hard to find lighting in your room and it's just a mess. Like the first time, like most of my photos are just bad. Like I had to delete so many when I first started because they were embarrassing. So I'll post like, I'll do like a self timer selfie or whatever it is. And that will be like my next post of the day most of the time. So I'll usually either do a post to like invite to a boot camp or I'll like do an inspirational, like move your body, blah, blah, blah. Like you guys will see my post, but something like that. And then I've put down 3 apps that I use to edit my photos if you guys are ever looking for something. But Airbrush literally makes you look like a 10 when you have like sweat and grease and no makeup on. It like literally makes you look great. So I always use that one if it's like a close up of my face. And then Pick Tap Go is a really good app. There's so many different filters on there. It's really helpful. And then VSCO, which is VSCO. That one has good filters too, but I always try and say like kind of stick to around the same color scheme. Like don't have things like super dark, super bright, like try and find something that like is equal. And then this is honestly what I do. I will look at top coaches in the network and see what they're posting and see what is engaging and what people are getting from them. Don't ever copy exactly word for word what they're doing, but look at what they're doing. It's really helpful, honestly. And then make your shake, post a photo of it, but try not to like obviously put Shakeology in it. Like try and make people ask you questions. We call it curiosity marketing. But not just saying, look at my Shakeology, look at my Shakeology. Like say like my superfoods, like something like that is so much better. And then every night I post my call to action. Or like if I didn't do it early in the day, that'll be like my call to action, like my post, like join my boot camp on this day. And don't ever expect someone to be like, oh my God, I want to join your boot camp in your comments. It most of the time won't happen like that, to be honest. Or like they won't drop an emoji, but like the people that like that are people that you want to go send an invite to. And people are wanting that invite, personal invite in their inbox. Trust me. I didn't realize it until last week when I invited 50 plus coaches to my coach sneak peek, and I got like 25 people back saying, actually, yeah, I'm interested in coaching, which I would never have invited them to coaching because coaching invites are terrifying to me. I was so terrified. Like, I don't want to get turned down. No, like that's so embarrassing, but you got to get over your damn self. And that's a great, actually, personal development book. Okay. Last two things, I think. Sorry, I'm kind of going over, but I'll be almost done. I'm on the last page. Use hashtags. So hashtags are super important. I always have everyone create like a 30, the thing says you can have max 30. So you want to use all 30 of those hashtags. So I put them in my notes. Anything that describes you, but trying not to get other Beachbody coaches to follow you is super important. So like, don't be like, hashtag health, hashtag fitness, hashtag Beachbody, hashtag Shakeology. Like, you're only going to attract coaches and you're not going to get the people you want. So like hashtag college student, hashtag St. Mary's, or hashtag wherever you go to school, or like sport, or I don't know, think of something that relates to you. And then on your stories, it's really like this, it's like this huge new phenomenon, but it's like sharing your story on your story. So I don't know if you guys saw my post from last night about like getting people invited to coaching, and you can literally copy what my format was, but just use your own pictures. But it's like you're telling a story through your Instagram stories that people are clicking through and looking at what you're saying. And then at the end, you can have like, drop your email, answer this poll. And so then you have people to get back to you, or like fill the link out in my bio, any of those sorts, or do all of them. Honestly, some people will do all of them because it's like, do this now. And you're kind of like creating FOMO in your stories, like fear of missing out, if anyone doesn't know what that means, of like your tribe, like all of us together. Like after this call, we should all post a photo of like, oh my God, team call Tuesday, like got to meet all my new girls, or whatever it is, like try and create people having FOMO, because once you start creating friendships with these people, it's harder for you to be like, oh, I'm just going to give up because I don't feel close to any of the coaches on this team. Like, I don't feel like anyone has my back. So, like, all of us are in this literally together. Not one of us can be successful without anyone else. We wouldn't have anyone challenging us or, like, competing against us. So use these coaches in this group. Email someone after. Like, message them on Facebook and be like, hey, want to run a free group with me? Because it's so much better with another person, and two minds are greater than one. And then that's my stories. And then at night, I reply to all my messages from my invite. And then I use my tracker, which you can do a paper tracker. I did that forever. Just writing down like who I invited is just kind of nice to like be able to follow up with them within 4 days is usually when I do it. And just like do it, because if you're not tracking, you're not going to be able to follow up, and follow up is where the magic happens. And then I will give you guys all those examples in our Facebook group. Okay, I think there's one more thing I wanted to say. Oh, so this is from our CEO. Like, I guess he's like the co-CEO. I don't know what they're called. But his name's Jeff Hill. You guys have heard of him. But he's like the step down from Carl Degler, who's our CEO. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I went a half hour. But he was saying that like, there's never a right time in life to do something, because you'll always find a reason to like hold you back, or be like, oh, I just can't do that right now, I'm so busy, or like, I can't spend that money right now because I'm doing this. But it's like, just make it the right time to start, and make it the right time to make a difference in your own life. Because if you keep hesitating, you're the only person that's stopping you from doing something that could blow up your like world. And create those goals that we just like you guys write down. Something that will help you get those goals farther and start working towards them in reality. And it's never going to happen if you just keep waiting. There's no like, we're not all going to win the lottery and get that $1 billion that's on the line right now. Even though that'd be nice. We were all talking about our practice today. We'd be like, that's sweet. What would you do? And this girl was like, I think I would buy all the McDonald's. She's weirdo, but I'm like, you're so strange. All right. I think that's all I got for you guys. Sorry I went a little longer than I wanted to. But I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. Do you have any questions? I would love to answer questions. Grace, don't get overwhelmed. I promise it's not as hard as it seems. I can see your brain just clocking. Don't worry. We will have like a more one-on-one. Oh, actually, that's what I wanted to say. Sorry, I coughed really loud. I want to start implementing more like one-on-ones weekly with you guys, even if they're like 15-minute quick calls to like catch up. And I feel like we need to be more on the same page. I feel like we'll do one-on-one calls, then we go like 3 months without them. And even if we're doing team calls, I just feel like it's not the same. I want to know what your guys' goals are so I can hold you guys more accountable towards working on those goals, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I'm going to start implementing that. I'm going to put a poll on the page, so pick whatever time works best for you guys. It's probably going to be for next week just because, like, this is my senior, like, what's it called? Senior week of volleyball? I don't know. We have our senior game. Senior day? Senior night? Yeah. I'm, like, literally losing it. I need to sleep. I freaking thought South America was a country, so yeah, we're never repeating that one. All right, let's get a screenshot really quickly. Smile. Emily, take your thing off. Are you driving? Boo. All right, 1, 2, 3. Yay! All right. Do anyone else need to post a photo on their story? Because, I'm looking for it. Team Call Tuesday. You're such a weirdo. All right. 1, 2, 3. We're out. All right. Love you guys. Have a good rest of your night. Get shit done. Have a great week. I will talk to you guys later. I'm literally wrapped in my blanket right now. Our house is 61 degrees because we won't turn on the heater. We're cheap college students. All right. Bye, guys.